Well, Chuck is a gifted artist, and not only a painter, but he has carved, he's sculpted.
I've always enjoyed the creative process. I've always enjoyed being involved in all aspects of the arts.
This is a second career for him, and to discover that later in his life, and then to use that, he did all of the portraits of the pastors, past and current. We have the painting of Pope Francis. We have the crucifix corpus in the memorial chapel that we have here, and the painting of St. Anthony of Padua with the little girl leading him. And then we have the girl painting, creating herself in the school entrance. They're magnificent pieces.
I told Father Tony this spring, I said, hey, I'm ready. I said, I haven't done anything for a while, and it's time I got back involved. He says, I got a project for you. He said, we've got the centennial coming up. We need something of consequence.
And I thought about it for a moment, and I thought, you know what? It would be great if Chuck could create a piece for our centennial. So I said, Chuck, yeah, come on, let's get together and let's talk. And so we talked about what the next art piece might be for our parish campus.
I said, great, I love it. I thought about what we would do. I didn't want it to be trivial. I didn't want it to be predictable. I didn't want it to be bland. I wanted it to be dramatic. I wanted it to be consequential, and I wanted to test my abilities while I was doing it.
And so he came up with this idea of this scroll depicting our covenant. And we talked about what would be on that scroll and the symbolism of the tree and the sunrise over that and the path coming through the hills. And then I said, you know, it'd be great if we could put the 4 words of our parish mission statement on it, the 4 active verbs: live, seek, commit, and serve.
There's a lot of symbolism in the piece. There's a nature aspect. We're out here in the lake country. There's the beautiful woods and trees and hills. There is the living, growing church, the spirit within us, kind of a thing. So I wanted to capture the roots element and also the foliage, which is this year's crop, essentially. Underneath each leaf, kids in the school and the teachers all sign the leaves. And we'll never see those because they've all then been glued on. So they're their own little part of this organic piece. The tree intertwines and is bent, largely because it's an old tree, but it's still alive with foliage. So it's got plenty of life in it. The branches intertwine largely because we're all part of one community. We depend on each other. We support each other. We grow together, we live together, we know each other, we share. So I get the piece done, and I've decided I want to carve in the bottom of the scroll. By the way, the scroll is based upon the notion that this is a covenant.
And so he came up with this idea of this scroll depicting our covenant. And we talked about what would be on that scroll and the symbolism of the tree and the sunrise over that and the path coming through the hills. And then I said, you know, it'd be great if we could put the 4 words of our parish mission statement on it, the 4 active verbs: live, seek, commit, and serve.
I get it all done, I get it all carved out. And I send it to Father Tony via text. I said, what do you think?
And he finished it, and he sent me a picture, and to my surprise and somewhat horror, the word said, live, seek, commit, share. And I was like, oh no, share is supposed to be serve, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that he had the word wrong.
A week later, he sends a note back to me saying, oh, Chuck, I hate to say this to you, and I love this piece. You've done a great job with this, but it isn't share. The last word is serve. I was a little distraught, to say the least. I didn't know what to do. I said, I don't know how we're going to do this. So I thought about it for a while. So I sent Father Tony a note back and I said, "Dear Father Tony, we don't care for your mission statement." He knows me well enough to know, obviously, that it didn't seriously mean that, but I let it go for about 2 or 3 hours. And then I sent him a visual of how I had actually fixed it. I resanded the number, the scroll down, and recarved the word serve in it. But I had to have a little fun with Father Tony along the way, because I knew he would appreciate it.
But you know, when I think about that, really, to serve is to share, to freely share the blessings we have received, the gifts we have, and to make this world a better place, and do it out of gratitude for all the blessings we have received. And so, in essence, that's what we're asking you to do, is live that mission statement, to live, to seek, commit, and to share, serve, if you will, to do both, to share your gift, your blessing, because God has been good to you, in order to serve the least among us, to serve those who are grieving, to serve those who are poor, to serve those who are less fortunate, and to help all those who are in need. That's our mission. That's the gospel mandate, that we are to share, that we are to serve.
Well, what's funny about it is I constantly look back on some of these things and go, well, you know, I could have changed this, and I wonder if I should have done that. And you know, this leaf on this one, this I don't like this leaf. So when I get done doing that, I get great satisfaction out of sharing my talent, but also maybe inspiring others along the way.